After the overwhelmingly positive reception of Space Marine 2, along with the Year 1 roadmap, Saber are already talking about including expansions in the future and even the possibility of getting straight to work on Space Marine 3. It would seem that we are actually fans of well-crafted game worlds and gameplay-focused development, with the player's fun and enjoyment at the heart of your video game, as opposed to, say, forcing microtransactions down our throats and incessantly adding various pay-to-win mechanics to your games. Who'd have thought it? Who would have guessed that if you focus on the player experience and make a bloody good game, that it would be showered with praise and sell millions of copies? How bizarre! Anyway, what I'm getting at is, due to how incredibly well Saber have done on Space Marine 2, there's been loads of news coming at us daily on what may be coming up in the world of Space Marine 2. So I wanted to give you a quick news roundup for all of the most important things that you may have missed in Space Marine 2 over the last few weeks. Firstly, let's talk about new content. Saber are already talking about ramping up the free offering that we are already getting as part of the Year 1 roadmap. Don't forget, absolutely every single gameplay affecting thing on that roadmap is completely free. The only optional purchases are purely cosmetic. There is going to be absolutely no need for you to pay for any of this and feel like you're missing out because your friends have it and you don't. Unless they start talking about paid expansions, which I personally think would be a welcome addition. You don't need to worry if you don't have the money. Everything you can buy purely cosmetic. The Year 1 roadmap is inclusive to everyone who already owns Space Marine 2, which straight away as a self-contained statement is absolutely incredible. But yes, let's delve into the specifics. Saber is already considering way more new missions, modes, and enemy types than they were originally, really enhancing that Year 1 roadmap with loads more content than we were already initially going to receive, as well as free class additions to keep us engaged post-launch. It is clear that Saber really cares about its player base. I have been hearing nothing but good news coming for the future of this game, and also from the mentality of the developers themselves. Saber really sees the future of this franchise as a long-term commitment and has plenty of content lined up to maintain our interest, along with, as I said, already talks of Space Marine 3. We are going to talk more about some of the specific messages that Saber have put out, both officially and unofficially, as we talk about some of the potentially more controversial things that may or may not have been said. But regardless of which side you stand on some of these alleged comments, I think we can all agree that this has been an absolutely phenomenal launch for the game, and Saber seems to really care about the franchise and their audience. Before we get into the next section of the video, I'd like to thank today's sponsor, Wondershare Filmora. Whether you're an up-and-coming YouTuber, a filmmaker, an amateur college student, or just someone who wants to share your clips with your friends, if you're ready to take your video editing to the next level, then Filmora has everything you need and more. Whether you're a beginner or a pro, Filmora is easy to use but powerful enough to bring your vision to life. From drag-and-drop simplicity to a vast library of customizable motion graphics and animated titles, Filmora makes your content stand out with just a few clicks, and if you want more control over your content, use Filmora's split screen and multicam features to add multiple angles and dynamic storytelling to your videos. You can also add cinematic flair to your footage with Filmora's advanced color correction, eye-catching filters, and AI-powered tools like motion tracking, music generation, and sound effects. But it doesn't have to stop there. The possibilities are endless when using Filmora, and I'd be here all day listing out all of its incredible features. So to give you just a few more highlights, it also includes a built-in screen recorder, a social planner, the very powerful compound clip feature, and even an array of speed ramping features so you can show off your best gameplay moments in bullet time at the click of a button. And if that all sounds great to you, make sure you try out Wondershare Filmora today using my link below, both in the pinned comment and in the description of the video. I cannot wait to see what new additions come to the game, especially the new enemies. Which new enemies do you think will be introduced next, and what class additions and improvements would you like to see? I feel like Saber really genuinely read and listen to all the feedback, so the more comments we get about this, the more feedback they have, the better tailored to our wants and needs the game will be. So please do genuinely let me know all your feedback down below on everything I've just spoken about and your thoughts and opinions. Next up, to start talking about some of the alleged comments from certain employees at Saber, I personally feel like these are all really good things. And we'll start with the actual confirmed statements first, and then go into things that are a little bit more hazy. So firstly, the Chief Creative Officer Tim Willits told IGN in a recent interview that the breakout success of Space Marine 2 came as a big surprise even to Saber themselves. They were not expecting it to do as well as it did. Especially because if you didn't know, this operates largely on the framework of World War Z, using many of the same assets and animations, just tweaked to be a bit more sci-fi rather than zombie apocalypse, because they are the same developer that made World War Z, and that did okay, but it didn't do amazing, let's be honest. But it really feels like they have learned from their mistakes, and they have just enhanced and improved in every way they possibly could have. And one thing that seems to be on their side is a less is more approach. There have been some absolutely abysmal failures recently, costing various studios hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm not here to shit on other games. I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm here to praise Space Marine 2. They didn't try to do too much and then fall short on every single one of their goals. They knew exactly what they wanted to achieve. They kept it simple, and they over-delivered on each aspect of the game, which is absolutely fantastic to witness, not just because we get an absolutely banging game out of it, but also because hopefully other studios will start to take notice of Space Marine 2, of Black Myth Wukong, and will start to bring gaming back to its roots, and really give us some absolutely fantastic experiences in the coming years. I cannot wait to see how games like this help to shape the future. I feel like the future of gaming is bright because of the likes of Saber Interactive, 11-Bit Studios, Larian Studios, and other developers that have just stepped up recently and knocked it out of the park and shown us what gaming is supposed to be all about. And now let's talk about some of these alleged comments, one of them apparently made by Saber's CEO himself on a YouTube video. In this comment, he hit out at modern gaming and criticized modern developers for imposing their morals on games, wanting a return to a simpler, more fun-focused way of gaming. And that's exactly what I said at the start of the video, and judging by their actions and their other comments, I truly believe this may well be him, and this is all very accurate and very correct. And good on them for saying it and not being scared of the potential controversy that it may kick up from certain individuals. And this does coincide with other similar statements allegedly made by Saber in the past about their want to return to the roots of gaming and just make a bloody good game and ensure everyone has a great time, without worrying about the moral implications that are being unwillingly forced upon you by certain developers. At the end of the day, gaming should just be about fun. I do not care about the gender of the protagonist I am playing as. Is it a captivating experience? And is it a way that I can just escape from the tedium of the modern world and just enjoy myself for a few hours? That's all gaming needs to be about. It is as simple as that. And following on from these statements, it seems like a whole load of people agree, as around 3 million people now have purchased Space Marine 2 by this point, with Steam alone recording a peak of over 200,000 players. That is a lot of gamers very clearly sick of certain modern games and how gaming has become nowadays, ready to go back to a gameplay first, fun focused way of gaming. One moulded by the games of old, carving the way for a new era of gaming, and that mentality of just having fun and rubbing it in your friends' faces when you beat Contra and they couldn't even get past the first level. That's it for the various comments that have been made and what appears to be at the core mantra of Saber. Now let's talk about some of the other upcoming Space Marine 2 news. Firstly, as you may not know if you haven't played for a few days, there has already been a huge update 3.0 with some incredibly fantastic features that have been much needed since day one. Especially my absolute favorite is a private mode for operations, giving you the ability to play alone with bots or with friends without being matchmade with random players during the mission. Also other things like a What's New and Message of the Day, ultra-wide support for PC, and the Hub Sparring Arena. Oh, and of course, let's not forget, you can now reset your custom color presets, thank God. But that's not all. As we move into October, the new season will start. And with this, we are going to see a bunch of new free content, including a free 4K texture pack for PC players, but more importantly, things that everyone can make use of. There is already going to be a brand new operation focused around the Tyranids. Considering the game has only been out a month and we've already got a new operation, I am so excited at the speed at which they are creating new content for us, and I really hope this continues. This new operation will be set on planet Kadaku, where the Tyranid invasion is ending. The planet's organic material is being transformed into biomass, and Tyranid capillary towers stretch high into the skies above, where the hive ships wait to taste their victory. The Cadian forces have made a valiant attempt to push back against the Tyranids, and a team of Space Marines arrives on Kadaku with a simple mission: help the Cadians destroy the towers. The Tyranids may win the planet, but the Imperium will make it as painful as possible for them. I cannot wait for this mission, it's going to be incredible. Alongside this map, more content drops are planned very soon, is what they have said, along with hotfixes for various crashes and stability issues, more customization features as well, and of course new content monthly for the foreseeable by the sounds of it. So much is happening in the world of Space Marine 2, so make sure you join my Discord server and make sure you max out all of your classes in preparation for all of this new content to drop alongside our fellow battle brothers. That's it from me, so I'll see you in the next one, my friends.